So today we're on the top of Mount Nittany, and it's also happens to be Martin Luther King Day. I'd like to talk about a really large topic. It's almost daunting to even talk about it, but basically God and art. And I've always been deeply interested and fascinated by both topics. And sometimes when I get close to somebody, I'll ask them if they believe in God, and everyone always has a different response. I remember asking an artist once in Holland if she believed in God, and I loved her response. She said, "Not so named." And I once asked my daughter Rowan when she was younger if she believed in God, and she said, "No," she said. And I said, "How come?" And she says, "Because I don't think there's some man up in the sky with a white robe and a white beard and a staff pointing which way you're going to go." So everyone has a myriad of different responses, and probably one of my favorite all-time proverbs is an ancient saying that the wise man seeks the truth and the fool knows the truth. And there have been many times where I've been a fool and thinking I knew the truth. One phrase that really does resonate with me is that God is love, and love seems transcendent in many ways. It brings us to a higher place. And I just trying to understand love. Once I read the book by Gary Chapman, the 5 love languages, and simply how do you express your love to someone you're married to or in partnership to. And he quickly described these 5 ways of expressing love as acts of service, like making a meal or emptying the trash for someone you care about, or words of affirmation, like you really are so funny, you've got a great sense of humor. And the other one is just simply time. I really want to spend some time with you. Let's have tea together. And I guess the 4th one is a gift. Some people do love a bouquet of flowers or receiving something that you've made by hand. And the last one is some sort of physical intimacy, that sense of touch that's both caring and brings pleasure to our lives. I think, in terms of art and life, this idea of curiosity, and I think before you can have empathy, you have to be curious about somebody else other than oneself. And I think in terms of art, too, you need to be curious about the world you live in, and curious enough to create or make something about it. And, looking out over this valley, I think that we wake up every morning and our lives are like this blank canvas, and we can do anything with this canvas during the day. You could write a poem, you could say something nurturing or kind to a colleague or friend. You could walk someplace that you've never walked before. And in these ways, I think perhaps God and art, or this idea of something beyond what we comprehend, can bring us to a better place in our lives and make the world a better place to live in. Thanks for your time. I love these snowflakes.
Yeah, they look really great.
Trying to keep them off of the equipment.